You know, I really do love acoustic guitars, but the time and effort and resource I've put into my acoustic guitar infrastructure here in my studio pales in comparison to the time and effort I've put into my electric guitars. Case in point, this beautiful Sir Custom, which was my last electric guitar purchase, and this entry-level Taylor that I bought on the used market was my last acoustic guitar purchase. But that doesn't really convey my love for the instrument and how important it is to me in my music. I mean, some of my favorite songs of all time have some exceptional acoustic guitar sounds in them, and it really is an important part of my music. It just, for some reason, has never really got up the chain in terms of priorities. Now, a lot of you that record both will probably agree with me that getting a good acoustic sound is a lot more difficult than getting a good electric guitar sound. Well, my good friends at United Plugins have addressed that. They have introduced a plugin that claims to help you with the production of acoustic guitars by giving you all the tools and a smart algorithm to help you shape a great acoustic sound and a lot quicker. Well, this is something I need to check out for myself. If you want to learn more about Quick AG from United Plugins, then join me for this episode of I Don't Have a Band right now. Hey there, I am Dan, the self-proclaimed Lonely Rocker. Welcome to this episode of I Don't Have a Band. This is the series devoted to the home studio enthusiast and the home recording musician with videos to help you make your home studio life better. And by the way, this is episode 50 of I Don't Have a Band, and I'm happy to celebrate number 50 with Quick AG from United Plugins. Now, for those of you who haven't followed United Plugins, it's a collaboration of sorts of different development teams that came together to market their plugins under one umbrella, and that is United Plugins. Now, Quick AG is a collaboration of two of the original teams. That's Sound Device Digital that brought us the Royal Compressor and Front DAW, and Fire Sonic that brought us Fire Cobra and Fire Master. Four really cool plugins that I have reviewed on this channel. I'm going to put a playlist in the description so you can check out all of those videos if you want to see them. So to celebrate episode 50, we are talking about Quick AG, an acoustic guitar plugin that's really going to help those of us who are looking to shape acoustic guitars, perhaps in less optimal situations. And that's basically what I did in that track that you heard in the opening. I recorded the guitars two ways. One with a single microphone that probably wasn't placed that correctly, and using the internal pickup, which is something I would never do to record acoustic guitars in a studio. But I figured that would be a common situation for many people in home studios looking to record acoustic guitars. So I wanted to see how Quick AG would work in that situation. So why don't we jump in here? I'm going to show you how the plugin works, and then I'll give you an idea on how I built the sounds in the track that you just heard. Let me take you through the plugin's interface. This has got to be one of the most unique looking plugins I have ever seen. Like it or not, I'm sure this will stir up some conversations. To me, this looks like something Les Paul would have dreamed up. That being said, Quick AG is very easy to navigate and is loaded with features to get your acoustic guitar sounding great really quickly. Starting at the top in the guitar strap, you have a number of very useful presets to get you started. Whether you're mixing acoustic guitars, a baritone guitar, mandolin, Spanish guitar, or ukulele, there is a preset for you. You can also start with the selector. This sets an ideal EQ for the particular instrument you are mixing. At the bottom, you have standard input and output knobs with large, easy-to-read meters. Moving over to the left, you have a compressor with the ability to choose or blend between three different types. So whether you're looking to add some character or add something more transparent, you have the options here. The algorithm determines the compressor settings based on the instrument you choose, and you simply blend in the amount and the release to taste. With the initial EQ established by the algorithm, you can customize the EQ settings with a low cut or high pass, body and spark to shape the tone, and de-harsh to minimize harsh frequencies. Following the curve of the guitar takes us to the reverb section. Again, you have 3 types to choose from, and in true United plugin style, you can blend between them with adjustments to adjust the time and mix the wet signal. And in the middle, you'll find the extra section. This is where you add the final polish to your acoustic guitar sound with settings to tweak the transients, double the signal, and widen the stereo field. I like how you can enable or disable each section independently, and you also have a master bypass switch. Now I'll show you how I use Quick AG in the track I played at the beginning. To really test the plugin, I decided to start with less optimal situations. Normally I would record an acoustic guitar with 2 microphones. However, in example 1, I recorded it with 1 condenser microphone placed in between the sound hole and the 12th fret. Not the best technique. Let's see how Quick AG can help me out there. For the mic'd example, I set the low cut just past 12 o'clock, boosted the body, and brightened it up with spark. I didn't need too much de-harsh, just a bit to clean it up. I used the clean compressor setting and mixed the knobs until it felt right. For reverb, I went with Hall, quite short with just a touch mixed in. For the final polish, I boosted the transients to gain some definition, added a touch of doubling, but made it super wide. Let's start with the guitar in solo. Now, let's hear it in the mix. I like how the guitar sounds more present with added character, and the stereo effect adds a lot of depth. For the second example, I recorded the guitar with the internal pickup. I never record my acoustic this way as it sounds way too harsh, but this is a common situation for many recording at home, so let's give it a go. This time I went with a Verimue compressor because it desperately needed some character. For EQ, I needed to preserve the bottom end this time, so I minimized the low cut, boosted the body a ton, but backed off on the spark while boosting the de-harsh. I went with a Hall Room blend for the reverb with a longer tail, but eased up on the dry wet knob. For the extra settings, I went lighter on the transient, gave it a little more double, and again went super wide with the stereo width. Again, let's start with the guitar in solo. And now let's hear it in the mix. While this sound would not be my choice, Quick AG definitely rescued the sound of the guitar by minimizing the harshness and giving the guitar some body. And the added stereo width filled out the overall sound of the guitar in the mix. So whether you start with optimally recorded acoustic instruments, or if your tools are limited, Quick AG will offer you some great tools to get your acoustic guitar sounding great. Oh, and the ability to zoom the interface helps those of us who are sight challenged. Well, if you think about all of the things that go into producing really good acoustic guitar sounds, it could be daunting for the home studio enthusiast. I mean, having a great instrument to start is number one, but recording in a great environment, having the best microphones and great outboard gear, that's something that's not generally attainable for the average home studio enthusiast. But that doesn't mean we can't produce good sounding acoustic guitars. And that's really where Quick AG comes in. The idea that you have all of the tools you need built into one plugin laid out in a fashion that's just really easy to use. Now, I have a thing about plugins that offer too much. I call them cheater plugins. That's not what this is. It's a smart algorithm that gets you to the starting point much quicker, but there's enough tweakability in this plugin that will help you shape your own sound. Now, if you're in a professional studio and you're looking to produce your acoustic guitars faster, you can have everything you need to produce your acoustic guitars in one plugin. And certainly for you home studio guys like me that are just looking to step up your acoustic guitar game, well, Quick AG is definitely worth a look. Now, don't take my word for it. United Plugins does offer free trials on all of their plugins. I'm going to put a link in the description so you can grab a copy of your own to see if it works for you. If you do check it out, just let me know what you think about it in the comments. Well, there you have Quick AG from United Plugins. I hope you found that interesting. If you're new to the channel, I hope I've earned to subscribe. I've got a lot of videos on this channel devoted to the home studio enthusiast and the home recording musician. Videos just to help make your home studio life better. So I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and come along for the ride. If you really want to support this channel, I am on Patreon. Links to everything I've discussed are in the description below. And above all else, I hope I'll see you again in another video. As always, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And please like, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay up to date. Remember, you don't need a band to rock and roll. There are a lot of great musical projects you can do by yourself, right from your own home. I hope to see you again next time.